I'm nice and cozy. Hello everyone, I hope you are nice and cozy as well. By the time I'm filming this, it is the first day of November and it is starting to look a lot like fall and winter, and so I'm so excited because I love Thanksgiving and Christmas, and so I'm super excited. But I wanted to come on here today and talk about burnout. I did make a vlog about when my burnout started and what I did to kind of cope with that, and so I will leave it in the description box as well as I will put a link up above, so if you are interested in watching that October burnout vlog, you can. At first I wasn't really planning to do a vlog, but then I just kind of documented what I was doing, and I thought that maybe I could just put it all together so that you guys can maybe get some ideas as to what you can do if you are feeling burnt out, because I think a lot of times we feel like we need to be always productive and we need to be doing things in order to feel important and whatnot, and that's exactly what got me burnt out. So why don't we just get the video started. So let's go back to June of 2021. That was summer break for school for teachers. So I took my summer break, decided not to teach summer school so that I could focus on real estate. So I was doing real estate 200%, working 12 to 14 hour days all summer. So June and July and August. And in August, teachers started going back to training and professional development and getting ready to go back to school. So I was working really hard on real estate for those 2 months, June and July. And then I continued working hard for real estate even in August when I was trying to get back to teaching in person as a teacher. So I was trying to juggle both, and I was like, I can do this because in the past I've done so much more. I've had like 3 jobs at once back in college, so I thought 2 jobs, I can handle it, right? I was doing professional development for teaching, I was doing trainings for being a real estate agent, and I was just trying to juggle both. In August, I felt like I couldn't focus on both. I decided to take a leave of absence from teaching because I knew that at that time I was burnt out from teaching and didn't want to go back. And how I figured that out was I just asked myself, if I had a choice, would I go back? And it was funny because when I asked myself that question, I was like, duh, no, you have a choice. You always have a choice. That was kind of when I started realizing that I'm doing things not because I want to, but because I feel like I should. And so, yeah, that's a little for another video. I decided to take a leave of absence and focus solely on real estate, right? And so that's what I did. Those 12-14 hours continued for real estate, and there's a lot going on in real estate. Now it's November and I've moved real estate companies 3 times. So I've had 3 different real estate brokerages, and so you can only imagine what went on for me to switch that many times. But basically doing real estate 14 hours a day, I was not taking care of my health. Eating wise, I wasn't eating unhealthy, but I just wasn't eating my vegetables and fruits like I was before. And I wasn't going to the gym. Some days I wouldn't feel like going, or some days I would be too busy working on something that I wouldn't go, or I would be showing clients homes, or when I did go to the gym, I would be on my phone, or I even brought my laptop to the gym to work. So that was just crazy. It didn't hit me until about mid-September. I started waking up and not wanting to get up, and that never happens to me, like never. So I was like, okay, this is weird, but then it kept on happening. I'll wake up and I wouldn't want to get out of bed. I didn't have any motivation. I didn't want to look at my phone. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to deal with life, basically. To put it simply, I did not want to deal with life. And I was so confused, and I was like, what is going on? I knew I was kind of feeling like drained, but not to that extent. I would like to say I'm a pretty resilient person, or at least I powered through things. And so I would, it wasn't until like a week after that I was still feeling burnt out. Oh, at that time I didn't know it was burnt out. I was still feeling unmotivated, and I was depressed. And I knew I was depressed, but I just kept working. And after a week, I was like, I think I'm burnt out. During that time, I listened to one of Jay Shetty's podcasts on burnout. It was during that week that I was experiencing burnout that episode came on, and I was like, light bulb. I was like, I'm burnt out. In a weird way, I was happy to figure out what was going on, right? And so I was like, yep, I'm burnt out. After I made that realization, I still tried to do my real estate work, but I just did like minimal work, like maybe 50% of the work. I did that for a week. I didn't feel any differently, so I was like, that's not gonna work. So I decided, okay, like I felt bad, or these pressures that I put on myself, but I felt bad. I felt like, oh, I shouldn't take a break. I should tend to my clients. If I take a break, people will think that I'm lazy and blah, blah, blah. And then the negative self-talk just goes on and on and on. I talked with my partner, my boyfriend, and he is so supportive. Thank you, Robert. And he was like, yeah, just do it. Just take a break. Like, your job will still be there. I decided to, go completely off. So I took 1 whole week off. I'm very proud to say that. At that time, I was like, yeah, I'm taking 1 whole week. Like, to me, that was a big deal. I'm a very extreme person sometimes, where I have to turn off all notifications, delete all my social media apps. I need to delete my mail that was connected to my work, my real estate work. I couldn't have any of that on my phone. And even though I wasn't taking my phone with me places, I know myself well enough that I need to delete those things in order to not tempt myself to work. And so I did that, and I wasn't answering any calls, or emails, or checking anything. And I let my workplace know that I'm taking, a week off. And I did. Let's fast forward 1 week after I took a week off, and I started thinking about, okay, I think I'm ready to go back. The week was amazing. And I started looking at the emails, looking at our messaging apps, looking at all the stuff that I had to go back to. And it was just so dreadful. And I was like, what is going on? And so I really looked deeply into it and thought about it a lot, and listened to a lot of podcasts about figuring out what you want, and just sitting with myself. And I realized that I don't like real estate. And it was hard, because I was like, great, you took a leave of absence to do real estate, to try real estate, and now you don't like it, and now you're like, what are you gonna do then? Right? So that was my thought process. Now looking back, I'm like, I would have never known. I would have never known that I did not like real estate. Didn't want to be a realtor full time. I decided that I only want to do it for my friends and families and referrals, and that's fine. But I think I beat myself up over the quote unquote mistakes that I did. If I never did that, I would never have known. And sometimes hindsight, of course, is always 20/20. And so I always beat myself up and say, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have just stuck with teaching, and so that I can have a consistent income, and I wouldn't be so stressed about money. And there's just so much negative talk in my head. At the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself. You have to put yourself first. Sure, there may be other people who are like, oh, you should think about other people. You should care about other people. Don't be selfish. But there are some people out there like me who has never had the chance to really think about what they want, had the chance to evaluate and think, hey, is this something that I want as well? I made yet another really big decision. The first decision was to take a leave of absence from teaching in August. And then I made another really big decision the next month, September, to basically put my real estate career on hold, or like kind of slow down like 90%. And basically that means that I won't be making money because I won't be hustling. I've decided, yeah, I'm not gonna teach because this year I'm not ready for it. And I'm not gonna do real estate full time because I don't enjoy it. It doesn't bring me joy. And so now my new job is to find and love myself. So that has become my new job for the next year. And for some of you that might be silly, but for some of you who are watching this, I know that you understand that finding and loving yourself is so important. And I really believe that this burnout has made me realize a lot of things. And I can't say that I am recovered yet. It's November, it's been 2 months. So since I've never experienced burnout before, I don't know if I'm over it already or not. But that's not what matters. What matters is that I learned from it, and I've made some really good life-changing decisions from it. You know, it really changed my life around. And so looking on the bright side of the burnout, I have now changed my life around and have a different focus in life. Me. Okay, the focus in my life right now is really me. But yeah, that's my burnout journey, and I wanted to give you guys some context because I know in the October vlog I didn't really speak about it. I think it's a very important topic that we need to talk about. I think as a society, we normalize burnout, and I don't think that's acceptable. When I've told my friends or coworkers that I'm burnt out, it didn't faze them. It shocked me that it didn't faze people to hear that someone's burnt out because it's been so normalized. And I don't think that should be the case. Our mental health should come first. I really want to be an advocate for mental health and finding and loving yourself and being there for yourself. Of course, not harming others on your way there, but being there and looking out for yourself. I hope that gives you some clarity on my journey and how I got here. And I am still learning every day, and I am taking it day by day. I definitely don't have a long-term plan right now, and that is why I'm kind of doing these videos to document my journey, and I'm excited to see where I end up. But if you guys have any questions for me or would like to have me do any specific videos, do let me know. I try to be pretty responsive still, even though I am taking it slower. If you comment or message me, I should respond within 24 hours. Usually in the past, I will respond within an hour, and that was too much. So I am trying to learn boundaries and learn my limits. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below if you have something to say or if you want to share something. I would love to hear it from you as well. And subscribe to my channel if you think that my content is something that you would like to watch and you would benefit from. That is it for today's video, and I hope that you have a calm and peaceful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!